Okay. Good evening. In our second day, isn't it? Third day? Someone might feel 8 days something like that. Exhausted. Eh? Close the YouTube. Excuse me. The YouTube, you have to close the YouTube. Okay. So in the morning, we learn about Samma Vacha, right words, the speech, the way how we should manipulate our speech without going into wrong ways, without using lies, harsh words, useless words, and sampapalapa, the last one, but we did not have enough time to explain about the last one, sampapalapa. Sampapalapa is very famous one. It is English words has connection with the Pali sentence. Pali sentence, sampapalapa. English, blah, blah, blah. This is a connection. So therefore, you can easily keep that in your mind. So this is the way how you can protect your words. To be mindful and protect your words, to practice, to develop your spirituality. Protecting your words, as Bhante mentioned, without abusing. Use your word without abusing. For what? To develop your spirituality, to develop your mind, to clean your mind from defilements. We are living with defilements, so then we have to go against our defilements, to control defilements, to reduce defilements, to eliminate defilements. These are the activities that we can apply to reduce our defilements, to control our defilements, and to eliminate our defilements. When we are able to eliminate our defilements, that is the time that we can establish our happiness. Until then, happiness is coming and going, coming and going. It's like a zigzag, up and down, up and down. Sometimes you are happy, sometimes losing your happiness. Again, you're happy, losing, happy, losing. So this nature is not kind of comfortable nature for us. That's why we are trying to gain our happiness. That happiness we can gain through our spiritual development. Without developing our mind, there is no way to establish our happiness. So then the topic that I'm going to address in here, now you started to learn about our words. Now we're ready to turn into action. Action, regarding our action. The way how we can tame our action. The way how we can be mindful with our action. That is the topic today, right actions. Samma Kammanta. So, Samma Kammanta can see in the sutta or explanations, you can protect your action in 3 ways. There are 3 wrong actions being mindful, we can protect, we can away from that wrong actions. What are these three actions? Stealing. Stealing is the one. And killing. According to 5 precepts, we know Pana, Tipata, Adinna, Dana, Kamesu, Michachara. These are the 3 things. These 3 activities can be happen from can someone engage? So being mindful, we can protect, we can prevent from these 3 unwholesome actions. Then wholesome actions also should be there. What are the wholesome? Rahulovada Sutta, Ambalattika Rahulovada Sutta in Majjhima Nikaya, the Buddha mentioned there are 3 things that we have to be aware, the way how we can find wholesome action and unwholesome actions. The Buddha was giving advice to Venerable Rahula. Then the Buddha said, you have to consider about 3 things. Attabhyapada sammattati, the action, what you're going to do, think about that actions. The first thing, whether it is harmful to you. The second thing, whether it is harmful to others. You first and then others. Third one, both you and other. If it is harmful, you, both, you, other and both, so it is harmful for everybody, that action would be unwholesome action. So this is the way how we can find our action, whether it is harmful, whether it is useful, whether it is wholesome or unwholesome. To understand, that's the very important thing about our action. We have to be aware whether it is wholesome or unwholesome action. How we can recognize it? We can recognize measuring it. This formula for that. What is that formula? Think about the action what you are engaging is harmful to yourself. Then it is unwholesome. Is action that you are engaged in harmful to others? It is unwholesome. This action that you are engaged in harmful to you and others, both. It is unwholesome. It is very easy to understand. It is very easy to recognize. This is the nature of universal truth. This is the nature of universal truth. It doesn't matter which country you are living, what religion you are following, what ethnic group you belong to, it doesn't matter. Just think about the action that you are engaging is harmful to you, harmful to others, harmful to both. So then that is exactly unwholesome. There is not any benefits. There is no any benefits for that kind of actions for you and others, anyone in the world. That's why it became unwholesome. So then, same way we can turn into other side. If there is something useful to you, some action useful to you, it is wholesome. Same as you, others also useful. It is wholesome. It's useful to both, it is wholesome. So this is the way how we can recognize harmful actions and useful actions. In other way, wholesome action and unwholesome action. So then, these 3 activities we consider as unwholesome activities. What are those? Pana, Tipata, Adinna, Dana, Kamesu, Michachara. Can you try to repeat after me? Pana, Tipata, Adinna, Dana, Kamesu, Michachara. Oh, very good. Everybody can speak Pali. I thought only me, but you also. Okay, the first one, Panatipata. What does it mean? Abstain from killing. Abstain from killing. Abstain from killing. Killing, how do you feel about that word, killing? You don't like it? You don't like it. But it's happening around the world. Killing and disturbing both are together. There should be both together. It will explain. Killing. How we can recognize it is unwholesome? How? To kill, to disturb someone. What kind of mentality should be there? To kill, to hurt, to disturb, what kind of mentality would be there? Hatred. Without hatred, can someone kill? No, it's not happening. Without hatred, can someone disturb? No. So therefore, we have to address that roots. Roots are polluted. Roots are unwholesome because anger is there. Anger is there. For example, think in this way, all these living beings created benefits for us. As human beings, we can say so. All other living beings created benefits for us, basically to eat. So then, to kill any living beings, you don't have anger. You don't have anger because you are killing them. To eat, so without anger, you don't have anger. What you have there? You have desire. You have desire. I want to eat. I want to eat. There is a person who don't have a desire to eat meat, but he has a job as butcher. He is killing other living beings. Now he don't have desire. He don't have anger. Then what would be there? Greed. No greed. Delusion. Delusion. Yes. He is ignorance. He is living with delusion. He don't know really there is a life. I'm also having a life, and same other living beings also have life. They don't know that. They are ignorance. So therefore, someone can kill because of desire of greed, hatred, and ignorance. These three things can occur in our mind to do bad actions, to do harmful things. The first one, killing. So then, why we want to prevent our actions from this killing? Killing is bad because someone do killing with polluted mind, wicked mind, full of desire, full of hatred, full of ignorance. So we are trying to eliminate all these defilements. Yes.
What about lantern flies?
Yeah.
Lantern flies? They're an invasive species. Everyone says you're supposed to kill them if you see them.
I will come to that also, okay? Because there are so many kind of living beings in the world. Very important thing is there, we did not address yet. When you address it, you may get the answer for that. So then, desire, hatred, and ignorance, these three things are the things mainly influence for unwholesome activities. Now we are regarding about right actions. So then we have to protect our mind from these three activities, three thoughts: hatred, desire, and ignorance. So then, developing our insight, we can abstain from killing. Why we know it is bad? How we know it is bad? How we know it is unwholesome? Because it's polluting your mind. So in this world, being born as a human beings, we have a responsibility to take care of our humanity. The Buddha used the word evam jatena matchena katabam kusalam bahu. Being born as a human being, our responsibility, our duty is to develop our skill, to be a skillful person. That is our duty. That is our responsibility. We have to be a skillful person. Skillful person means, according to the Buddhist explanation, the first thing you have to be a mindful person. You have to be mindful first. Without developing your mindfulness, there is no way to be a skillful person. So therefore, you have to be skillful person, developing your mindfulness. So then, now we have to think about the way how we get disturbed for our mindfulness. Killing is one. How? Killing is one. How? There is a research done by a sociologist in Sri Lanka. He was explaining in his research, he had been going through so many butchers and then collecting their information. The professor was explaining the mental situations of them, what kind of mind they have. How is their stress? Whoever engaging with killing, they don't have calm mind. It is not my word, that is come through that research. Not only that research, even generally you can see yourself. If someone kill any living being, how would be the nature of your mind? You are living with stress. You have anxiety. When you get a chance to go to a prison, meeting with the murder, get a chance to talk to them, to see their mentality. What kind of mentality they have? How is their stress level? Not because they are in jail, they are in prison. Think about, analyze it, and talking to that person, take more information about their feelings regarding their action, what they done before getting to the jail. So in this manner, you can see with them, you can experience with them. Healing is not supportive to have a calm, peaceful mind. It's the human nature. As human beings, we are supposed to develop loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. So just in case, if we lose our loving kindness, compassion, sympathy, joy, and equanimity, our stress going up, our stress building up. Building ourselves, no one can control. These are universal nature. These are universal phenomena. This is not, you have to something believe. Open your mind. You can analyze it. You don't want to believe. You don't want to depend on my words. You have to experience it. So healing is something, not something that we can get support to maintain peaceful, happy thoughts. No, everybody can experience that. So there are so many categories of living beings. To happen killing, there are few things. The first thing, there should be a living being. You have to understand, oh, this is living beings. You have to understand as living, you have to get that feeling as living beings. And there should be intention to kill them. To kill, there should be intention. And you have to use kind of techniques. Using the techniques, as a result of all these things, that living being should die. Then we consider as harmful actions completed through these steps. In here, very important thing, the Buddha mentioned, Chetanaham bhikkhave kammam vadana. Chetayitva kammam karoti. What is the kamma? What is the main part to consider as an action? Your thoughts, your mind. Your thoughts, your minds means, as we mentioned, desire, hatred, and ignorance. There should be a connection with these three things. You know, Newton's, he has third theory. Newton is talking about physical movements. What is his third theory? Every action has a reaction. The Buddha said, Buddha also have a theory very similar to this one. I don't know whether Newton copied from the Buddha, because Buddha was more than 2000 years before the Newton. The Buddha's explanation is Yati Sangapate Vijang Tadi Sangharte Palang. It was in Pali, therefore it did not go to the society. Most of people, they don't know Pali. They think Newton is the first person who explained about this, but it's completely wrong. The Buddha said, we can translate into English that every volitional action has a reaction. Volitional action, not just mere action. Volitional action has a reaction. This is the difference with the Newton and the Buddha. So therefore, important part is to happen some unwholesome action, your thoughts regarding desire, hatred, and ignorance. So if it is not happening with the intention of your, with the manipulating of your these thoughts, then we don't consider as bad karma or bad actions, that kind of things. While you are walking, step on some insect, they might die. While you are sweeping the floor, there are so many unseen beings. They can die, but we don't have intention to kill them. While you are boiling water, so many insects could die there, but we don't have intention to kill them. We have thoughts to drink ourselves. That's why we want to purify that water. We don't have killing thoughts there. Therefore, those kind of actions are not becoming unwholesome actions and regarding killing, because there is no intention. You don't know, you don't see any living beings there in your naked eye. Using some kind of a gadgematic, you may be able to see so many things. Then how you can live using those things in the society? No one can live using those things in, and specific, sometimes we might need those kind of gadgematic. General living, we don't need it. Therefore, you are not doing unwholesome actions without your intention, So therefore, killing happening with the influence of your mind. That is the time that we can consider as killing. Otherwise, accidentally, there might be so many incidents, but we don't consider it as killing. But anyway, important thing is If this is the nature of our mind when we doing wrong things, bad things, unwholesome things, so stress is going up. Stress is going up. You don't have your calmness, you don't have your peace there. So then, when you destroy your peace and calmness, then how would be the nature of your mind? Mind would be full of hindrances, tendencies, asravas. All these unwholesome thoughts would be there, particularly hindrances. Why hindrances are very dangerous. So that's why we want to control our action to maintain happy, peaceful thoughts. Second one, abstaining from stealing. Abstain from stealing. Pali word is, Pali sentence is Adinnadana Veramani. Adinnadana Veramani. Which is not belongs to you. You know really it's not belongs to you. There should be an owner for that without that person's permission. If you try to take something, it belongs to that presence. So it means there should be something you have a thoughts to take without their permission. You know it belongs to someone else, not you. You don't know who is the owner. So you have the thoughts to take it yourself. That is stealing. That is stealing. So then, stealing also create unwholesome thoughts in your mind. It is also reasons to increase your stress, anxiety. It's happening for all living beings. Which country you are living, which culture you are living, it doesn't matter. Your stress is going up if you are engaging with any kind of stealing. Any kind of stealing. We learn these things in our culture in our young age from our grandparents. So, I would like to become a grandfather to tell a story for you also. This is the story time. So, there is a story. I know you all like to listen to story, even not young, but you like. You are, yeah, yes. I'm wrong. So, story regarding stealing. There was a farmer in the village. Farmer, he was a very energetic person. And also he had a green thumb. He cultivates so many vegetables, fruits, paddies, and everything in his farm. He goes his farmland every day early morning. He comes from his farm late evening. He loves very much. He's an energetic person. Among all these vegetables, fruits, there was a particular one which we call ash melon. Today you had the watermelon, similar thing, ash melon. Pumpkin, little bit similar in other things with ash melon. I don't see ash melon in here, in this country. For now, you can think about pumpkin or watermelon or something, but anyway, this one have ash. So, the farmer every day looking, morning and evening, when the time he goes there, he checking it. When the time he coming from the farm, he was checking, and he was enjoying. All the fruits are growing well, he was enjoying, he was very happy. With the time going on, One day in the evening, he thought, okay, now it's look like time to harvest. Now it is time to harvest. But he thought, okay, now it's evening, better to harvest in the morning. I will do it tomorrow. I will pick it up tomorrow. Having that thoughts, he went away. And following day morning, again, usually he went to that place. When he was looking at that ash melon, he couldn't find that big fruits which was ready to pick. Someone had taken. He was very upset because energetic farmer, he liked to enjoy with his crops. He liked to see things growing well, and also he liked to consume things that he already produced. So then he was very upset. He wanted to find the person who had been taking these fruits. He was a very wise person. He took a bell. As a farmer, he has bell to control birds, to control cows. He has a bell. So then he took that bell, went to the place where people gathered to buy things, their town. Now, mid of the town, he start a sing. He start dance. While he was dancing, people gathered around him. This is normal things. If there is unusual things happening, we like to see things. What is happening there? We have that clue. What is happening? What is going on? So people gathered around him. Now he's dancing there. Using that bell, he's dancing. That's the music. Now people covered around him. Now he started to sing a song. In that song, the last sentences was, I can see the thief looking at his shoulder. In Sinhala it says, Puhul Hora Karen Den. I can recognize the thief looking at his shoulder. This was the last sentences of that song. So, right away, there was a person who started to look at his shoulder and start to wipe his shoulder. So then, directly, the farmer went to him and caught him. You are the person who took my ash melon. Did that farmer saw any ash there in his shoulder? No. No ash there. Then what happened?
Guilt.
Huh?
Guilt.
Guilty feeling. Because of guilty feeling, he was doubting himself. Oh, is he talking about me? Is he talking about me? Is he telling about me? He started to check his shoulder because his mind knew himself. Oh, I am the person who did that. He know the power, he know the place, he know what he did. All these connections was there. Therefore, he had guilt feeling. Having guilt feeling, he started to look at himself, basically his shoulder, because of doubt and fear. Guilt feeling means doubt and fear. So, the power was able to quote the thief because doubt and fear. Doubt and fear. So, our grandparents taught us, okay, if you steal something, then this should be the nature of your mind. This is the way how they taught Dhamma for us. This is the way how traditional countries, they learn Dhamma, not with the real teachings, not with the real, not through the real teachers. through our sisters. They have a lot of experience. They share experience the same way. But unfortunately, in modern society, we don't have those kind of facilities. We have so many other things than these kind of traditional things. But anyway, very important part is in here, doubt and fear arise in your mind when you are engaging with any kind of unwholesome activities, any kind of wrong actions, particularly in here, stealing. Police might not be able to catch you. Cameras may not get any shadows of you. Nobody was not able to look at you, but your mind knows. Your mind can say everything what was there. So you have to deal with your mind. While you are dealing, your stress going up. Your stress, it is natural phenomenon. No one can change. It's the universal nature. So then, we are trying to establish our happiness. Therefore, we have to protect ourselves. That's why we want to abstain from killing, abstain from stealing, abstain from sensual misconduct. Sensual misconduct. So, for what? To reduce stress. Live happily without stress. That is the reason. We need right actions for what? Live happily without stress and anxiety. That is the reason. So the next one is Kame Su Michachara. Kame Su Michachara. There is a word then, Kame Su Michachara. Then there should be another word, Kame Su Sammachara. As a lay person who is living in lay life, ear, nose, tongue, body, all these are the faculties that you have to use to enjoy yourself. This means there are some kind of limits and boundaries that you can engage with entertainment. It's not wrong, it's not bad. You can listen to music. You can go movie, it's not bad. You can dance, it's not bad. But you have to maintain boundaries and limits. You have to keep limits and boundaries because those things are addictive. Those things are addictive. It can be addictive. Therefore, maintain boundaries and limits. In here, regarding right action, Samma Kammanta, you have to abstain from sensual misconduct. It means you have to maintain limits, boundaries. Limits, boundaries. For example, when you start to watch a movie, if you don't have limits, one by one, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your energy. You're developing your stress without knowing. In these days, there is a issue with electronic gadgetic regarding kids. Most of kids in the world are addicted to electronic gadgetics, computer games. I have been reading some articles. Now they found new kind of issues regarding their fingers, the way how they are keeping all the time. Some of them keeping like this without reason because of their addiction. So these new things should be there because new gadgetics coming to the world. Regarding this new gadgetic, there would be another new thing. regarding our body. It's happening. This is the way how world is existing. So therefore, anyway, to protect all these things, what is the best way? Abstain from sensual misconduct. Enjoy in this life with all these things, maintaining limits and boundaries. Very important limits, to keep limits. You have to know the limits. You have to be mindful to know limits. If you don't have that limits, you don't know about your awareness go away. Your mindfulness, there is no way to talk about mindfulness if you are not aware. I have experience. One day, someone was invited me to come to their house. They gave me time 5 p.m. So then exactly 5 p.m. I was there. I knocked the door. Nobody answering. I noticed the door is open. So then I push it. I open the door. Now I can hear sounds. It look like a lot of people are there. Yes, when I get into their house, I saw in their living room more than 5 kids. More than 5 kids. But I knocked the door few times, they did not listen. And then I get into the house inside. I was making noise. No, they don't aware. I went to close to them. I was sitting behind them, making noises. No way, they don't know anything what is happening. Somehow, accidentally, their mother was crossing the other side. She saw, I'm there. And so in me, and then she was very upset and surprised. Bhante, she just shouted to kids, but they did not listen even then. Why? They were playing. They were playing together. See, luckily there was a monk. If there was a thief, even that thief can take these kids. They don't know. They don't know. So awareness is very weak now because of these addictions. It's happened because sensual misconduct. Sensual misconduct. Therefore, sensual misconduct is something thoroughly we have to keep in our mind to control. We have to develop our energy, effort to abstain from sensual misconduct. Dear friends, think about the world. We are completely dependent on others' ideas and thoughts. Yeah, completely. The brush that you are using in the morning and evening. How do you know about that brush? Through the advertisement. Through your social media or TV advertisement. So then next day morning or next day, when you go to shopping, you want to buy that particular toothbrush. Toothpaste, soap, sour cream, whatever. Everything completely depending on others' ideas, thoughts. We are kind of very weak people now because we don't control our sensual desire. We don't control our sensual desire. There are so many unnecessary things come to our place, our house, where we are dwelling because of sensual desire. So we waste our time, we waste our energy, we waste our wealth as well as our health because of our sensual desire. What we eat now, unhealthy. Because our desire is greater than our thoughts, health. Desire is great. We don't control. Therefore, friends, we are really in trouble. We are not able to manage our life. We are not able to manage our short time period in this human world, going into right directions and to do right things because of sensual desire. So therefore, abstain from sensual desire is one of great quality that we have to develop. So this is the way how we can develop right action. This is the way how we can develop right actions. So then, developing right actions, developing our mind, getting support from these activities, we can establish our inner peace. We can live happily without stress, without anxiety. This is the very important thing regarding right action. So then, what kind of actions that we have to apply in our day-to-day life regarding loving friendliness, compassion, sympathetic joy, equanimity? The action always should connect with your mind to reduce your stress, not to increase your stress. The thoughts that arise in your mind is helping to increase your stress, means those actions are not something that you should apply. Actions which is helping to reduce your stress, take that actions to develop yourself, to engage much time with that kind of actions, because these are very helpful to reduce your stress, which is very helpful to live happily, peacefully. So this is the way how we have to think about right action. At the end, we have to measure right actions with the results of your mental development. If there is no any mental development, that is the purpose to have that kind of action, that kind of activity. There is no. Therefore, the results should be there with you. Gain your happiness, establishing your happiness, reducing your stress, reducing your anxiety, depression. So when you start to abstain from all these unwholesome activities, likewise killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct, as a result of these three actions, you can reduce your five hindrances. You can reduce your tendencies. You can reduce your fermentations, which we call asravas. So reducing and reducing, one day you can eliminate. Whenever you are able to eliminate all these defilements from your mind, that is the time that you can think deeply, widely, and quickly. That is wisdom. When you come into that state, in that state, you can see the nature, the reality. What is the reality regarding three characteristics? Everything impermanence, full of suffering, selfless. These three characteristics appear in there with your wisdom. You can experience. So then, having this experience yourself, you develop disenchantment, viraga. And you ready to work on that for liberation from all these suffering. And then, using that application, you can completely liberate from all these unhappy stages, unhappy things in your life. So that is your liberation. That is your enlightenment. So we apply right action, having a purpose. What is that purpose? Not to increase our stress. Our purpose is to decrease our stress. So when we are able to reduce our stress, we can control our hindrances. We can reduce our defilements. That is the way how we can increase thinking ability, which we call wisdom. Wisdom comes through mindfulness, concentration. Without developing mindfulness, without gaining concentration, there is no way to gain wisdom. So, main purpose is their wisdom. To gain wisdom, we have to develop our mindfulness. We have to gain concentration. So, we have to abstain from killing, stealing, and sensual misconduct to maintain right action. For what? To gain wisdom. To gain wisdom. This is the purpose. This is the main purpose of our life. So now it might clear for you. If it is not clear, now you can start to think about these things. And without accepting with the blind faith, now you can open your mind. What is this wisdom? Why do I need wisdom? You can start. Think about it. Do I need to control my desire? Do I need to reduce my stress? You can make questions yourself. What is the purpose of my life? You can make questions. You can make intellectual arguments with you. And then you can see something regarding our talks, regarding these topics. Then you can apply, seeing the results of these applications. Why we want to apply these things? Having that thoughts, having that idea, we have to apply it. So, this is regarding right actions, Samma Kammanta. Then we can develop our insight through this Samma Kammanta, connected with the previous one, which we call Samma Vacha. And Samma Vacha, before Samma Vacha, there was one Samma Sankappa, which is regarding right intention. And before that, we start to talk about right view, Samma Ditti. So now you can see the way how we can develop our insight. All these steps are applying to develop our insight, to gain our spirituality, to develop our mindfulness, concentration, and to gain wisdom. So this is the main purpose. So we love to be a peaceful person. To be a peaceful person, we have to gain wisdom. Without gaining wisdom, no one can be a peaceful person. So we are trying to be a peaceful person through these spiritual development. Okay, so that would be enough regarding this topic. If there is any questions, arguments, you can use Q&A sessions for that. You can write down, ask questions. So then let's take that time to discuss all these things. Okay, thank you very much. Okay.